Author Rage updates 20 chapters after showering with cold roommate. The male lead has a mole on his butt, just like mine. Why are you shaking under the covers in broad daylight? Why is your face so red? I was startled. This straight guy has been reading some seriously questionable stuff lately. The dorm leader reached over to me. Do you have a fever? Just as his hand was about to touch my forehead, a long-fingered hand beat him to it. Chishu's cool palm pressed against my forehead. His thin lips uttered 2 words. Hold on. I was so scared my phone slipped from my hands to the floor. Before I could lock the screen, Chishu reached down to pick it up. The dorm leader's eyes followed, looking at the phone screen. Hold on, I yelled. Luckily, Chishu grabbed the power button when he picked it up. He handed it to me, as if he hadn't seen anything. My heart was pounding. If they had seen what was on there, my straight guy reputation would be ruined. I quickly grabbed the phone and shoved it deep under the covers. Thanks. The dorm leader laughed. I was planning to wait for Chishu to leave and continue reading, but he just stood by the bed, staring straight at me. Sheng'an, there's a new bathhouse near school. Want to go shower together? Chishu and I aren't really close. Plus, I'm a conservative southern guy. And since coming up north, I've never been to a public bathhouse. Nah, I'll pass. I'm used to washing myself in the dorm. Yeah. Chishu sat back at his desk. I was relieved he didn't see the steamy content on my phone. A cool campus heartthrob like him definitely couldn't handle that. Though I'm straight, I actually have another identity. I used to think it was just for money. Reading this kind of stuff was no big deal. It wouldn't turn me gay or anything. But I got this new male author. His writing is so vivid and immersive. Every time I review his work, I feel like I'm right there. Reading it makes my body heat up, my head spin, and my butt clench. But lately there's been a problem. My best performing author suddenly stopped updating. I just reviewed his previous work. Now I'm texting him to update. He replied, no inspiration. I'll go find some. Right. After I sent the message, Chishu's chair squeaked. He got up and walked toward my bed. I won 2 bathhouse tickets in a live stream. They'll go to waste if we don't use them. I hate waste. I closed my phone and made up my mind. Alright, I'll go with you. We're both straight guys anyway. It's not like those novels. Nothing to worry about. It's not like I'm the male lead, getting flipped over mid-shower and pressed against the bathhouse wall hard. Why are you wearing underwear? How else do you shower without underwear? Looking at the bathhouse full of people still gave the southerner a bit of culture shock. Finally, I went in red-faced when in Rome, but halfway through, Chishu told me to push against the wall and lean forward. My mind immediately went to some not so innocent places. Chishu's big hands came from behind onto my shoulders. I'll scrub your back. Let you experience northern scrubbing culture. I couldn't refuse his enthusiasm. After the whole bath, my originally pale skin turned bright red all over. Don't know if I was scrubbed red or blushed red. I quickly escaped back to school. That night I opened my phone and found my author had actually updated. He was on a roll, uploading non-stop for 2 days and nights, 20 chapters in one go. I encouraged him. Keep up this pace. But that's not the point. The point is, the male lead's butt. How did it get a mole exactly like mine? I pulled up my waistband in the bathroom mirror, twisting to look. Sure enough, same spot. What a coincidence. Just as I confirmed it, Chishu pushed the dorm door open. My butt, checking pose, looked like a monkey. I quickly pulled my shirt down and stammered awkwardly. You're back. I glanced at him. While washing my feet, I messaged my author. Traffic's been so good these past 2 days. Why'd you stop updating again? You found inspiration pretty well last time. Keep looking. Read more stories, and inspiration will come. That night, I was sleeping soundly when someone big crawled into my bed. Chill. What are you doing here? I was shocked. We just showered together, once. How did we jump straight to sharing a bed? Is guy friendship really this fast? Chishu pressed closer to me. I'm cold. He was indeed ice cold. Alright then, I agreed. Chishu tried to press even closer. I pulled the blanket over his head. I meant take my blanket and cover yourself. He poked his head out and frowned, pulled the blanket back over me, then wrapped his arms around my waist from behind, holding tight. No need. His voice was a bit husky. 2 people sleeping won't be cold. Warm me up. You're very warm. North-south differences are huge. Us southerners don't hug roommates when we're cold. But thinking about how he treated me to a bath, warming him up seems fair. Chishu was pressed really close. I felt uncomfortable. Having my back to someone felt unsafe. So I turned to face him. Even weirder. Face to face isn't much better. I just closed my eyes and curled up in Chishu's arm. Size-wise, he probably felt like he was hugging a big hot water bottle. He'd sleep well too. But all night, I dreamed of something snake-like wrapped around me, rubbing against my waist and legates. The next afternoon, my author update. In these chapters, the bottom's waist was nearly rubbed raw. The bottom rested in bed for several days. I suspect my author is up to no good. I hid under the covers reading, face flushed, body heating up. His descriptions are way too immersive. If I keep reading, I really might. I looked up and caught Shushu's eyes. What are you doing? Scared me. Almost dropped my phone again. Quickly hid it. Nothing. Nothing. My voice was a bit breathless. I couldn't read Shishu's expression. Just heard him say, "You really like lying on the covers during the day." Oh yeah. If this wasn't such shady work, I'd love to work openly at my desk every day. I'm just afraid people will see. Keep it low, key. Not exactly dignified work. Shishu stared straight at me. Let's eat together. I accepted his invitation. Maybe because we showered together and slept together. He feels closer to me now. So he invited me to the cafeteria. Nothing special originally. But when eating buns, Shishu gave me the filling. He said he likes eating the dough. But in that author's story, the top's favorite food is bun dough. Watching the cool campus heartthrob nibble bun skin, my eye twitched, sensing something was off. Why do I feel like the characters that author wrote are so familiar? That mole last time appeared right after I showered. There's a basketball game. Girls rushed past, shouting about watching Hawkeyes play ball. Something flashed in my mind. Don't know why. I suddenly wanted to watch too. Walking back to the dorm after eating, I leaned on the railing looking into the basketball court. No wonder those girls like watching. Athletes are really hot and not dirty at all. Their white socks are clean. How did I never notice before? A guy lifted his shirt to wipe sweat. I was about to see what was up. Shishu blocked my view. Like a dabs. Next second, he put my hand under his shirt. Feel mine instead. They're harder than theirs. No. I was about to protest, but my hand was already there. Shishu's abs were firm and tight. I pressed twice. Suddenly felt parched. I pulled my hand back embarrassed. Shishu looks so cool. How's he so generous as a bro? Back in the room, I hid under cover to read the author's update. The weird habit of only eating bun dough. I actually met 2 people with it. I was secretly reading under the covers, sweating all over, hot skin tangled stickily with the sheets. I couldn't help thinking, if someday I had the dorm to myself, I could work openly at my desk. Not worrying about being seen, working freely. How nice. Then I wouldn't be suffocated by blankets. And wouldn't blush and get flustered, as I wished. That day actually came. The dorm leader and another roommate went out to eat. Chaishu was called away by a professor. They wouldn't be back until evening. I opened my laptop on the desk and boldly opened the article. So free. Another story from that author got me heated up. Usually my 3 northern roommates go shirtless in the dorm. I'm a shy southern guy. Always bundled up no matter how hot. But today I finally had the dorm to myself. Since it was hot, I threw off my pants completely. I was going to shower anyway. I'd definitely finish before they got back. Made myself some tea. I confidently went through the manuscript twice. Looking outside, still early. I actually finished early. Even after my shower, they wouldn't be back. But halfway through my shower, I heard someone coming. I could hear the dorm leader and roommate talking about some trendy restaurant being disappointing. Shishu's professor had an emergency and left early. All 3 came back early. Someone knocked on the bathroom door twice. The dorm leader said he wanted to use my computer for our group project. In a good mood from editing, I hummed and told him, "Sure, it's on the desk. Password's our room number. The password is the dorm number." But after the dorm leader left, something felt wrong as I kept showering. The 3 of them were just chatting and laughing. Why did it suddenly get so quiet? I quickly got dressed and came out. Sure enough, all 3 were gathered around my computer. None of them looked happy. Even Shishu's poker face looked strange. The dorm leader was squinting, reading carefully, brow furrowed. He unconsciously read aloud. That mole bounced violently up and down. Shishu's eye twitched hearing this. My entrance interrupted the dorm leader's reading. All 3 turned to look at me. The dorm leader looked incredulous. "Shengyan, you like reading this stuff?" "I'm straight." "Totally straight. Listen to my excuse." I frantically waved my hands, babbling, almost crying. "It's not what you think. I'm really not." I say I'm not, then I'm reading this stuff. Who'd believe that? Even a random dog wouldn't believe it. Shishu, leaning against the bed rail, suddenly spoke coldly. "It's Ma." He met my eyes and gave me a subtle look, telling me not to contradict him. "The document is my stuff," he said. I was using Shengyan's computer and forgot to close it. My 2 roommates were shocked. And only I knew the truth. Shishu was just covering for me. He was worried I'd be embarrassed. He said that on purpose. I know he's actually straight. Northerners really are loyal and righteous. I just didn't expect Shishu would sacrifice so much for friendship. Isn't he worried this will get out to all the girls who like him? After finishing the PowerPoint, I apologized to Chishu in the restroom. Thanks for covering for me just now. But are you really okay with this? It's fine. But Chishu definitely misunderstood, so I explained to him. I'm not gay though. Chishu stopped washing his hands and looked at me. I had to come clean now. Better to tell Chi, shouldn't tell everyone. I'm straight. I just edit that kind of stuff for work. Chishu frowned, looking displeased. If you're not, then why do this kind of work? To make money. Are you that short on cash? Yeah, I need to pay my own tuition. Chishu looked at me with a complex expression and blurted out. I'll take care of you. No need. I have money. I can afford to take care of you. His eyes were sincere. Not like he was lying. Chishu is really good to his friends. Even someone like me who he just got to know a few days ago. He's like a male version of Gulai. Really, I don't need it. I can handle it myself. Before leaving the restroom, Chishu asked me again. You're really straight. I patted my chest. Trust me, I'm definitely straight. Chishu ignored me, turned away, and went back to washing his hands. My author completely stopped updating from that day on. The traffic is so good right now, and you want to stop updating? If you don't update soon, I'll track you down at your school to bug you for chapters. I lay in bed messaging my author. He replied that he was stopping updates and wouldn't write anymore. I didn't get it. Traffic means cold hard cash. I don't need money. Then why? He stopped replying. I had no idea why. He'd suddenly quit. I angrily closed my phone. This author was great in every way except for being stubborn. I looked up to see Chaishu coming back to the dorm from outside. Chishu hasn't been talking to me much lately. It was cold outside today, so he had on a thick jacket. No matter how thick the jacket was. With his cold constitution, his hands were probably freezing right now. Thinking about how he even offered to take care of me before, I tried to make conversation with him, generously saying, Chaishu, it's so cold today. Want to sleep in my bed tonight? He did say before that two people sleeping together wouldn't be cold. He's generous with me, so naturally I'll be generous with him too. Chishu glanced at me coolly. Would a straight guy invite his roommate to sleep in his bed? That question stumped me. Yeah, I guess so. I answered uncertainly. He walked right past my bed without looking up. No thanks. He seemed to be in a bad mood, so I kept chatting to find topics. 心情 I'm in a bad mood too. I'm in a bad mood too. I pouted. My favorite author stopped updating. Can't get any new chapters out of him. 我心情日 author. Yeah, you saw his work last time. Never seen such a talented writer. And his male romance is really good. Even a straight guy like me found it. Chishu's eyes lit up slightly, like he was getting interested. Found it what? Pretty good. Chishu stared at my phone screen. Are you reading his stuff now? I hugged my phone and shifted around, nodding. Yeah, just savoring it. Chishu, alert and sensitive, caught my choice of words. Savor it. Reading it. I blushed and buried my head under the covers, not wanting to continue this conversation. This was getting more confusing. Suddenly someone pulled off my covers, exposing my head. My phone screen was still showing that author story. Chaishu's expression was a bit odd. Straight guys savor this stuff too. The next day my stopped author came back to life. I excitedly held his new submission and got into bed early. I was secretly thrilled. Don't know what got into this guy to start writing again. He got something to read tonight. Something felt off though. I'm supposed to be editing, but it feels like I'm following updates. Whatever. Before getting under the covers, I took a thorough shower. Better get cleaned up first, since I'll be reading some steamy stuff. Then I contentedly snuggled under the covers to read. Halfway through, Chishu came back from outside. He walked past my bed and casually asked, Editing? Yeah, that author I mentioned yesterday submitted a new chapter. I answered with a flushed face. He paused and asked me, Do straight guys blush reading this stuff too? I looked up in shock, touching my cheek to find it burning hot. Probably right as a baboon's butt. I answered sheepishly. It's fine. I just blush easily. Chishu stood quietly by my bed looking at me, his voice cool. Then why are you shaking? My voice got weaker from guilt, letting out a soft hum. Chishu asked me if I was cold. I shook my head. No, I'm actually hot. I'm even sweating. Then I pulled back the covers to show him the sweat on my collarbone. I thought I saw Chishu's mouth curve up. His expression looked like he'd figured something out. But I'm pretty cold. He paused. Can I sleep in your bed tonight? I relaxed my tightly clenched legs under the covers. Sure, anytime. I'm sleepy now. Chishu climbed into bed, catching me off guard. My body was still hot. He wrapped his arms around my waist from behind, holding me tight. He spoke close to my ear. So hot. My body shivered sensitively. Last time when he held me was one thing, but this time I just read that author story, where the top grabbed the bottom's waist. Whispering in the bottom's ear, the same thing. So hot. Baby. All my skin tensed up. I felt like a sweet potato being roasted, getting more done by the minute. I turned around sweating. Maybe you should face the other way. Why? Chishu and I were sharing the same pillow. looking straight into my eyes. Because I'm not done editing yet. I need to read a bit more. I tried to convince him. Just turn around. We can still keep warm back to back. Chishu showed no expression, pressing even closer to me. He put his chin on my shoulder, leaning against my face, breathing heavily. I'll read with you. I panicked and refused. No, you're straight. You can't handle that stuff. Chishu said calmly in my ear. Aren't you straight? I am. Then if you can read it, why can't I? You're straight. I'm straight too. I was speechless. After thinking, I said, I'm worried about you being influenced. Are you influenced? I didn't dare look back, swallowing hard. Someone squeezed my waist as Chishu's voice reached my ear. Don't tell me you've turned yourself gay. Of course not. I quickly clarified, but got held even tighter. Chishu said with relief, that's good. I was worried you'd turn gay and wouldn't let me hold you. What kind of logic was that? To prove I wasn't guilty, I deliberately wiggled closer into his arms. I was proud. I was a guilt-free straight guy. But the next second I felt my body heating up and didn't dare move anymore. I timidly pulled out my phone, lying obediently in Chishu's arms to watch. It was actually pretty awkward. The bottom in the story was also in the top's arms, with the top constantly urging him to lift up more. But to prove I wasn't gay, I pressed even closer to Chishu. He also proved he wasn't gay by holding me tighter and tighter. 2. Straight guys cuddling while reading gay fiction. How interesting. We were both silent when suddenly, Chishu pointed at a line in the story. What does enema mean? Don't ask weird questions. That's not something you need to know. I brushed it off, my face burning. Chishu asked me, you know a lot about this. It's just cleaning up. Know the steps. No. I quickly scrolled down on my phone, wanting him to drop this topic. I really didn't know the detailed steps anyway. Couldn't explain it to him, and being held by him right now was making me a bit. I pushed Chishu away. Getting hot. I want to take another shower. Then I went to the bathroom and turned on the cold shower. I was totally screwed. I leaned against the wall panting, turning up the water to cover other sounds, wanting to end this quickly, reading too much weird stuff. How did I get turned on by a guy hugging me? The next day, the author's new chapter had a whole extra section on enema procedures. The author left a note at the end, sharing for those who need it. Everyone must understand the tutorial and protect yourselves. I frowned and read through the whole thing. So complicated. Good thing I'll never need to use this. But this reminded me of something else. This author's plot is exciting, but lacks emotional tension between the main characters. They don't even kiss. The two leads just jump straight into action every day. Adding some feelings would make it even better. I messaged him. Think about your past relationships. Adding emotional tension would be better. They could be more romantic. He replied with 3 words. Never dated. No wonder he can't write romantic scenes. I was about to reply when Chishu put down his phone and walked over. Shenyan. I didn't dare look Chishu in the eyes, because last night I didn't. Just take a cold shower. Last night Chishu held me while I slept. I dreamed I became the bottom from the book. Chishu was the top, holding me and going at it hard. He slapped my butt and kissed me, saying it looked so good. Dream Chishu, she was exactly like the book character. Last night I was shaking in Chishu's arms. When I woke up I had to go change my underwear, so now I was blushing and barely looking up. Chishu looked straight at me, focusing on my lips. Have you ever kissed anyone? I felt dazed. Nah. Want to try with me? Maybe it was because of last night's dream. I actually stayed put and didn't resist. Chishu kissed me gently, not fierce like in the dream, but really hard, fluttering. My heart was pounding like crazy, and I couldn't figure it out. Aren't I straight? Isn't Chishu straight too? Aren't I straight? Is this right? I wanted to ask Chishu why he kissed me, but then I thought about it. I didn't push him away. Didn't I just let him kiss me? So after holding it in forever, I couldn't ask him anything. My mind was a mess, filled with images of me taking cold showers. Lately Chishu's been different with me. He started bringing me stuff. Snacks, clothes, little white socks. When I go out, he puts my socks on for me, puts on my shoes and ties the laces. After I wash my feet, no matter what he's doing in the dorm, he rushes over with a towel to dry my feet. Chishu's hands are so cold. When they touch my ankle, I shivered. He immediately cupped them in his hands and blew on them. What's that about? I don't get that. Our RA doesn't get it either. The RA stared at Chishu's back as he poured water from my foot bath and quietly asked me, do you have something on him? I shook my head. Nope. The RA asked again. Does he owe you money? I shook my head again. Nope. The RA frowned and muttered to himself. Must love doing chores. The next day, Chishu brought me hot water for my feet. The RA sat on his own bed and called out, hey, get me a basin too. Chishu's tone was cold. Get it yourself. The RA was stunned, and I didn't dare say anything. The RA reluctantly got up and went to the bathroom to get water himself. I stopped Chishu as he was taking off my shoes. Why are you only like this with me? He looked at me with cold eyes. Don't you like it? It's not that. Actually, I kinda enjoy it. Chishu suddenly looked up and quickly kissed my lips. Good as long as you like it. The RA came out of the bathroom, carrying a basin, staring at my face weirdly. Shangan, you haven't soaked your feet yet, so why is your face all red? I accepted Chishu being good to me, because I thought he was right. I actually did like him treating me this way. Chishu and I spent more and more time together. Eating meals together during the day. I ate the filling. Chishu ate the wrapper. Sleeping together at night. I gave off heat, he soaked up warmth. Every night Chishu held me while sleeping. But there was one problem. Whenever I was reading manuscript, with Chishu holding me, I felt restless all over. He'd naturally rest his chin on my shoulder and lean in to read. But I'd always have to stop halfway through and go take a cold shower. When I came back from showering, Chishu would go shower too. We both knew what was up. Were those really showers? That was young men dealing with their heat. But even so, neither of us gave up on sleeping together. Chishu kept kissing me all the time. A kiss on my forehead when we woke up. Before bed at night, a kiss on my cheek. Walking around campus, he'd peck my lips. I never refused, secretly loving every moment. Over time I got more and more used to it. So before the weather turned cold, during the little bits of time Chishu and I were apart, I secretly knitted him a scarf. On the windiest day, I put it on him myself. This is for you. I made it myself. He cupped my face and kissed me. Thank you, baby. What did he call me? Beba. I'm Chishu's baby. My heart was racing until I went to find Chishu at the field and saw the scarf I knitted around some girl's neck. While Chishu was just casually playing ball, I was stunned. Didn't he just call me baby? And now he's already put his baby scarf on someone else. I almost forgot. He said before that he was straight. So all those times Chishu kissed me were just messing around with his roommate. I thought we were. What was I thinking? A voice in my head interrupted me. Aren't you straight too? I am. But I don't know why I felt so disappointed. That night Chishu came back and naturally reached to hold and kiss me. I dodged. After washing up, Chishu came to sleep in my bed as usual. I stopped him before he got in. Let's not sleep together anymore. Why? Bad mood today. I was in a bad mood, but that wasn't all I wanted to say. No, I mean from now on, don't sleep with me anymore. Thinking about what I saw during the day, I pressed my lips tight with a serious expression. I'm kissing me. Don't randomly kiss me anymore either. Chishu's expression got serious too. Shengan, are you serious? Yeah. Why? No reason. I just don't want to. I clenched my fists tight. Oh, you sleeping in my bed every day and kissing me all the time. It really bothers me. So from now on, forget it. Let's not keep doing this. Since he's straight, he shouldn't do things that mess with me. I'm already questioning if I'm turning gay. I can't keep playing these kissing games with him. I'll fall for him. And I was so stupid to knit that scarf. It's laughable when I think about it. Chishu looked disappointed, but still knelt down to take off my socks. I slapped away his hands grabbing my ankle. Don't touch me. Chishu frowned. Does it really bother you that much? Yeah, I don't want this. I turned away, but saw on his desk that damn scarf of mine. I walked over and grabbed the scarf. I'm not giving this to you anymore. Taking it back. Chishu panicked. He snatched the scarf back and clutched it to his chest. No way. You gave it to me, so it's mine. I felt awkward and didn't know what to say. So I headed to the bathroom. Chishu grabbed my arm from behind. Shengan, what's wrong? Talk to me. Nothing's wrong. Nothing to say. I'm just stubborn like that. Even when I'm upset inside, I can't say it. The problem is I don't even know how to tell him that I might be a little gay. That I might really care about him. That seeing him give my scarf to someone else hurt. We're bros. Saying stuff like that would be weird. The opposite of weird is normal. We're not that close. Can I say that? No way. Behind me came Chishu's hoarse voice. You have nothing to say. But I do. I perked up my ears to hear what nonsense he'd say. It better not be that he's with that girl. Even though Chishu and I eat together a lot, we still do our own things most of the time. Whatever happened between him and that girl before, or usually, I have no clue. Shang'an, turn around and look at me. I obediently turned around to face him. Chishu's eyes were sincere. I like you. I want to say I really, really like you. Will you be my boyfriend? I almost got carried away. But I still asked rationally. Then why did you give my scarf to someone else? At the field. You saw that? Chishu squeezed the hand he was holding and stared straight at me. You came to watch me play ball. I was in a bad mood. That's not the point. The point is you care about me, right? I turned my face away. Chishu gently ruffled the hair on top of my head. That's my sister. I didn't know she was coming to see me. By the time I saw her, she had already put the scarf on my back around her neck. I saw it and quickly made her take it off. You didn't see the whole thing, right? Of course I didn't see the whole thing. I got mad and left after one look. I even imagined him sweetly putting a scarf on another girl. Chishu suddenly boldly wrapped his arms around my waist, not afraid that I'd push him away again. Not happy. Jealous. Like me. The 3 questions made me blush, and I lifted my face to kiss him. No way. Sheng'an, will you date me?
Yes.
Qixu and I had our first deep kiss. Not like before when it was just a peck, but passionate. The dorm door was suddenly pushed open. The door was pushed open. The dorm leader looked at me, red as a baboon's butt, looking confused. Oh, Sheng'an, your face seems allergic lately. It gets red easily. Should you go to the hospital? I frantically wiped the corner of my mouth. It's fine. That night while washing up, the dorm leader quietly pulled me aside at the sink. He grabbed me and whispered, I'd advise you to stay away from Qixu. Why? I was shocked and scared by him. Did he know some unknown dirt about Qixu? Qixu is a player. He does look the part. Handsome guys are usually players. I perked up my ears to listen seriously, looking worried. Do you know something? The dorm leader frowned. Ha. No, I don't know anything. Why are you telling me to stay away from him? There must be a reason. He mysteriously leaned closer. I figured it out. Your face started getting allergic after you got close to Aishu. He must have something on him that makes your body sensitive when you touch it. I'm speechless. I face palmed. Don't worry, dorm leader. I won't die anytime soon. It was Chaishu's turn to shower. His stuff was already placed on my bed. The dorm leader pulled me aside earnestly. I have something to do tonight. Won't be sleeping in the dorm. If you're still sharing a bed with Qixu, you'll have to wear clothes tonight and keep some distance from him. Otherwise you'll have allergies all over and wake up completely red. My eye twitched twice as I said awkwardly, I know, thank you. My other roommate also took leave to go home. After the dorm leader left, I climbed into bed. I don't know if Qixu was too excited and forgot to lock his screen. His phone screen was clearly lit up in front of me. It was our chat interface. My heart suddenly went cold. I looked with trembling hands. Is my best writer Qixu? Thinking about all my previous advice to that author. So everything between Qixu and me was for writing. I looked at our chat history on my phone. All those messages I sent him. No inspiration. Go find some. Last time you found good at inspiration. Keep it up. Keep up this pace. Where did you find this inspiration? There isn't really someone like this in real life, is there? Haha. There isn't really someone with a mole in that exact spot, is there? Haha. Why don't you add more emotion to it? Never been kissed. Ever been in love? No. The last suggestion was what I sent him. You should really try dating someone. All I could think about was what Qixu just said to me. Sheng'an, will you date me? So from the beginning, I was just Qixu's tool. Someone to be used for writing inspiration and emotional experiences. When Qixu came out of the bathroom, I had already packed up and left. Literally packed up. I didn't want to stay in the dorm anymore. I didn't want to see Qixu, this man who deceived my feelings. I wrapped the sheets and comforter from the bed into a big cube. Threw it over my shoulder, stumbling as I tried to drag it out. Qixu wrapped in a towel, saw me moving out in 1 second, and the empty bed with just the mattress left. Talk about shocking. What are you doing? I ignored him and didn't leave because my bedding cube was too big. It completely blocked the dorm door and got stuck in the doorframe. The luggage couldn't get out, and neither could I. Don't worry about that, I said with my head down, feeling wronged, then used all my strength to push the bedding out the door. Even used my body to ram it a couple times. Just as I stepped back to build up momentum, getting ready to charge at the bundle again, Qixu hugged me from behind. I'm all clean now. Where are you trying to go? I said stubbornly. Somewhere I'll never have to see you. Chaishu seemed flustered. Why? Because of this. I showed him our chat interface, then gave him back his phone. You didn't lock your screen, I saw it. This is you, right? Qixu looked down. Yes. The roommate in the story is me, right? We both have a mole on our bun. Sure. The one who likes eating bun crusts is you. Yes. So you're holding me while sleeping, kissing me every day, including just now when you confessed. It was all for your writing. You must have been pretty scared when you found out I was an editor. That's not it. Qixu quickly interrupted me. I really like you, not because of that. He pressed my head into his chest. I wasn't scared or guilty, because I knew from the start that you were the editor. In other words, it was because you were the editor that I submitted my work. I had no way to prove he was telling the truth. I don't believe it, but he said something I couldn't argue with. It looked like I need money. I guess not. He wasn't really into writing either. Said he'd stop updating and immediately stopped at peak traffic. Almost deleted his account several times. Then why? Because I like you. I've liked you from the beginning. When I accidentally found out you, I was so upset I didn't want the account anymore and stopped updating. Do you remember? I remember. I bit my lip and whispered, but I'm gay now. Qixu kissed my lips. I know. He couldn't wait to deal with the bedding stuck in the doorframe, brought me to his bed, and pulled the curtain. Turns out what he wrote was real. He wasn't just theorizing. I wasn't any better off than the bottom character in his story. That mole was shaking so much it had after images. In the morning, Xiaixu and I were woken up by a huge commotion. I sat up from lying on Xiaixu's chest, pulled open the bed curtain to see the dorm leader sitting on the floor, breathing hard. Damn, who stuck this bedding in the door frame? I couldn't get in, couldn't push it. Had to run my way in. Then he looked up and saw me in pajamas with my chest exposed, covered in red marks, and Chuixu lying on his side with only half his face showing. Damn, I told you to stay away from him and you didn't listen. You're allergic now, aren't you? And you slept in his bed. You must be totally swollen from allergies, what he said.